Hey guys, it's Tonal. I've discovered a Mandela effect that is going to blow your mind. The skies, well, apparently they've changed. And not only have they changed, they've changed in the past. In pictures, movies, artwork, even video games. Everything you can think of. I know it's hard to believe. It's still hard for me to believe. I'm going to show you what I found. This is the 1997 Michael Douglas movie, The Game. I have seen this movie probably over 10 times. The minute I saw this scene, my jaw literally hit the floor. Not only was it the same type of skies that I had been seeing on a regular basis, there was something else in the sky that needed a closer look. This UFO anomaly looked very familiar to me. So I started digging through some pictures, video. It took a little bit of time, but I was able to find what I was looking for. Here it is. Looks pretty similar, doesn't it? Freaky. Anyway, let's move on to the next movie. This is Heat from 1995. Another movie that I've seen many, many times. And when I saw this scene again, it was like I had never seen it before because of the very strange skies. Here's Robert De Niro in front of a glass window, and you can clearly see out beyond him the solid surface sky. Is it possible that Planet X is bending space and time and our reality as we know it? And if these skies are changing back then, does that mean those times and those places and those decades still exist? I think that it's very possible that they might. Okay, I want to use the 1980 movie Airplane, one of my favorite movies of all time, to segue into this very strange Mandela effect or phenomena of the engines on all the jet airliners completely changing. Growing up, I had a poster of this movie on my wall, so I remember looking at it for years and years and years. Every time I look at this poster, it's wrong. Not only is there 4 engines instead of 2, they just don't look right. They look very futuristic. They definitely don't look like they were the type of jet engines used in 1980. Okay, so I found another one of my favorite movies from back then, Executive Decision. Another movie I've seen probably over 20 times. And again, I see these very, very strange engines that I just don't recognize. I remember this jet specifically having 2 large engines. Now it clearly has 4, and they are much smaller and in front of the wing. So I thought, how far does this go back? Where are the jet engines that I remember growing up and seeing in movies? Here's an airliner from the 1960s, and again, these very, very weird jet engines. This whole thing is very, very hard for me to wrap my head around, but somehow the engines that we remember are gone and they never existed. I know it's completely bizarre. This is the very first jetliner ever. The Comet 1, created in 1952. Do these engines look like they are from an early model jet airliner? Not to me. They look super foreign, almost alien. Those look like wings from the future, not the past. And what is this thing? Look at those wings, guys. If there's any aviation experts that can let me know what that is exactly, that'd be great. But anyway, let's get back on topic. I did a search for sunsets and sunrises, trying to find a single image of a sunset or sunrise that I remember growing up, and every image was the same as far as the inspiration. As you can see from this painting that was done years and years ago, the sky has always been the way it is now. Here's a picture from a few years ago. I'm going to admit, guys, at this point I was starting to get a little freaked out about this newfound knowledge that the sky has apparently changed in our past. So I ran and grabbed an art book, and I wondered if it's changed on movies and television and pictures. Has it also changed in art? Not only had it changed, but again, I immediately saw something in the painting that I had seen myself recently. And here it is. I still can't believe my eyes. Those exact same clamshell type ripples are in the painting. Okay, guys, and in closing, I want to show you some stuff that I found by searching for vintage skylines. This one is New York, and this is some different skylines of New York throughout the years, and you can see in every single one that it's the skies that we've been seeing currently, recently. So to finish up here, I just want to show you guys some of the pictures that I came across that definitely lend credit to the theory that Planet X is bending and shaping time as we know it. There might be some human involvement. I wouldn't doubt if CERN was somehow involved. But this is really some unbelievable information. And I'd like to ask that anyone watching this, please share this and do your own experiments to see if you see this stuff too. Look at that. This is New York in like the 1930s. New York 1920s. It's just unreal. Again, here's New York City in the early 1900s. It's just unbelievable. Here's a few more cities around the United States and around the world that I found had just incredible Planet X and Nibiru solid skies. found a cool picture from the 60s of a beach party where apparently right overhead they had solid sky as well. Here's a picture from the early 1900s. Again, it's harder to see because of the photography was different back then, but I'm sure you guys can see it. New York City in the late 1800s. Just notice those clouds look very, very strange. Anyway, I appreciate everybody watching. And if you haven't subscribed to the Tonal Grooves channel, please do. And I'll have more on this phenomenon soon. Until next time, watch safely.